Thank you for coming out. I'll be reading from a few different works this evening, the first of which is a project called The Liberties, which I wrote a few years ago. It was probably 2009, 2010, at a time that I was doing a lot of thinking and writing around the notion of state surveillance, which has become quite a topic in the years since. As part of the project, I decided that I was going to go to places that were among the most heavily surveilled, and here as elsewhere, those are usually transport hubs. So as part of the project, I went to all the stations served by the London Underground, which at the time that I did the project, there were about 270. Doing writing from those locations and trying to gauge people's responses and various kinds of resistances to that system of hypervigilance. Each piece from the Liberties is named after a particular stop on the Underground. So. Hammersmith. Today's puddings. Logins, national insurance ID number, driver's license digits, mobile phone, credit card number, PNC accession number, email handle, passport number, preferred shopper UPC. We crave your unique identifier and insist on you possessing several. Language of hysteria, keyword phrase, tough on crime. Use Wednesday's speech to underline the theme with rights come responsibility. Street blight, yob culture, crimes against property, causes of night, slogan bloat, turn back telescope, faraway places, preempting everywhere, signals, signatories, which chemicals convey by brain with more born in fall than in any other season. What a wonderful world it would be. A consequence, you see, of our century's citizenry, where plotting graft is so much container. Your image has been archived under strictest data protection. Should you give up your life for a life of crime, I'll be so kind as to remember we've met. Arnos Grove. It's said North London is bucolic. Its thought process sounds like a slowly approaching train. There are birds and there are birds. Bucolic, yet still in need of barbed wire. We say proximity to London when there is no London anywhere. The train, now approaching, is for Oxbridge. Ruislip. He's going to Oxbridge. The announcement on the train says this train is for Oxbridge, but when it reaches Acton Town, it says this train is for Ruislip. There are no accentless voices. Good service is operating on all London Underground lines. Like real travel and not a simulation, it has its variables. What is the unattended article? Who will attend it? This is not illegible script, its vehicle is motion. Take only taxis on the rank. At Ruislip, they announce this train is going straight through to Oxbridge, which the train conductor pronounces Uxbridge. He gets off at Ruislip. We'll pause here a short while to even out gaps in the service. Stepney Green. Surveillance must blend in, but not too much, because then it's not a deterrent. It's when you feel yourself truly alone that you're closest to criminality, an act that once again links you to society, if only to violate its compact. Marylebone. How could a person that bored possibly be up to anything? Sometimes we think his periodic nervousness a ploy to get noticed, an attempt, perhaps, to trouble that other self, the one he acted out but doesn't own, which puts him in mind of an Irish proverb: if you always do what you always did, you always get what you always got. These are jealous attentions afforded his others, actions for which is far greater sanction than simple suspicion. He always noticed there was another, but never one so close and at once so very nearly him. Finsbury Park. When the train is packed, you can hear the difference in the way it moves, how it scrapes the tracks. There is something heavy in the wires overhead, a chattering maximized, a code threat, some trace of malign intelligence. Ticket stubs, bent hat pins, other assorted rubbish, the relics of past intent. Highbury and Islington. If you're not comfortable in public spaces, you won't be comfortable in private. What serves our changing notions is chiming in your pocket tweets, a society of strangers natter natch. And sometimes the observations are as plain as the seats are uncomfortable. Then you conceal your R's under your vowels. This nicety has just departed your generalized nervousness and become part of your rarefied other, another's other will sit beside. There are days and there are paintings of days that occur before your computer as it shows you life as it might be, could have been elsewhere. There are days and there are photos and there are afternoons of you, the dumbed-down cousin of texting. What has just been recorded for posterity is unfathomable, even if you were you. The Greeks in their privacy, the Romans in their porticos, and me with my shaking black grip standing before the aperture. Oxford Circus. Direction determined by duration, your allegiance to choice A or its socially sanctioned alternative, is less a reflection of your inner life than it is a realization that no difference exists. What can it mean, existentially and metaphorically, if we sit on opposite ends of the bench? On the brick, someone had painted Sarah, and next to it, another had painted dies. And a bit farther on, another Sarah, and written in a different hand, dies. If attention serves the purpose of making something else disappear, then what vanishes when they, mechanical, unsexed, apolitical, but for the command structure inherent in their field manual, enhanced methods for executing one's duties, the criminality of one's actions diminish with time, ergo? If attention serves the purpose of making something else disappear, what vanishes when they, above identities redacted, gaze at me? Great Portland Street. Biometrical information like a print from a boot you bought. Snowflakes less unique. When they cover you by the thousands, it's just a sensation, cold. But use is as use does. Its value places you at the scene, tells us not what you did. The evidence, physical, the circumstances circumscribe you. Cheshire. You can tell a lot about a village by its prevalent forms of rebellion, funded largely by mother's labor. How like life, the many aspects of Plato's cave are everywhere apparent. One is surprised to find there again, so fast, so little time. Where can truth lie but exactly where we're looking? In cuttings, edited footage, the very leavings. Okay, I'll read a few from Common Time, which is still a newish book, published a few years ago in the United States by the kind folks at Steerage Press. There is a grid within what we utter. Within phonemes, associations form and dissolve like flies on bison, lifting only to settle briefly within time, and rising alive to drift. Through the vast cloud-covered cabbage that was Sugarloaf Mountain, we tasted grain in everything the wind had traveled through. Every evergreen, every smokestack, every act of osmosis, in and out through the mouth, in the structure of language that gives so little, but that little is meaning. There is 5, 10, 15, and 1, and 12, 6, 16, and none. I'll trade you one symbol for its equivalent, so long as we agree on their equivalence. We have it all on video. Him at the bar, saying the plotting, the memory, which stands in for pictures, just like in the old novel by the young author who died. He says Japan, but this is Nihon, where Roland Barthes is selling frankfurters on an underground level of Shinjuku. He is walking off in the same body as before, even though it is differently accessorized. In a moment he will come calling. In a second he'll come asking after. They like the sentiment, without liking the point. Don't tell them where you're going. Just go. The website says, quote, "You have entered the Navajo Notion," end quote. The local special and the tourist special are exactly the same price on the menu. There is no say of weighing. This way of unsaying is charnel chiseled in the mist of its shivering. We could no more stain than stay when embrace takes into you something of the other. There is no say of weighing, yet wait we will, the precise heft of past matters. Some come to naught, others fall into rot. There is no say. There is no place like home, an interesting axiom we'll leave to Beaver. Neither laughter, nor happenstance, nor bonny striped bee. Something will come along. What it drags behind will come naturally, and you will call it that, for no better reason than that order is a form of rhetoric, and you have persuaded yourself that there is no other way of saying. Washington, D.C., 3. There was a family at breakfast. Man, woman, genderless infant, and 2 young girls under 10. The mother paused between sips of coffee to berate the girls in French. The admonishments had to do with food. She would ask them if they wanted more to eat in English, then shortly after switch to French to chastise them for overeating. That happened. When subtracting, you'll notice that arrears is a concept, not a real number. As in, sometimes sleeping dogs resemble dead dogs. The container had a blue lid indicating cold fluid within. Quote, "I write with my hands, not my heart," end quote. I ordered the plot with a dram of mayonnaise to thicken it. I roasted tomatoes and made a sofa. There would be a pistol loaded with our dreams. We would enact a massacre by shooting people with those dreams, and like heroes in the movies, our revolver would never run out of bullets. Dreams. I ache in vain its green waters and tiny white caps, so unlike my deposits, but the movement, perhaps the way I wish to move, might resemble in tons the way the water shuffles toward shore, where it argues with itself before retreating. Some things we cannot recognize as nutrients. There are symbols and sheets and days made blank. It's salt, residual. Like licking the hand of a lover after it's been inside of you. You learn something that way, though you may not want it. When seeking something, we often encounter Aristotle's aphorism in which our failure to achieve something is a failure of will rather than something innate. Like finding dope, if I really wanted to, I could. When could is a term incongruous with the figure speaking it. It was a shirt that read travesty rather than being a travesty. I'll be the judge of every Winnebago. And from the clouds emerges a ship from the ink, which is the tattoo, which is the image of something punted. Rule number 1 in the city, you never just throw yourself down on a patch of grass. The rubber band sits on the counter, fastening nothing. All of our sentences for today will include one of the following words. Maybe, perhaps, or possibly. We shall not want as we walk, we as we are when we walk through the valley of the shadow of the valley palls our usual assurance. We shall not want, but we will walk as people without creed. We will outlast, we will walk, we've been training. Maybe soon day, through the shadow of all possibly, as we move through it and out again, perhaps we can meet for coffee, and while doing it, maybe we can talk. You make like you'll drink it, but you won't, Socrates. Rim of mug to lip of mouth, there is a process occurring. Like a train at night, it is metaphor for something you'll miss, something that takes from sleep and replaces a single memory of all its departures. The penis and the gravy boat. Sometimes you need another year's experience like a turtle needs a seatbelt. Sometimes you need some time to know what you sometimes need. Sometimes you don't think Gertrude Stein is very interesting. Sometimes you need a comma with your sometimes. Sometimes you're at the end of your rope and you keep climbing. Sometimes you can't be bothered to consider what others sometimes need. Sometimes you need something that you really just want. Sometimes a simian rising on its hinds. Sometimes Anne. Sometimes Laura. Sometimes the page will not display. Sometimes your curiosity is mistaken for a willingness to purchase. Sometimes a penis. Sometimes a gravy boat. That happened. I'll end with a piece that's a meditation, or was a meditation, on the idea of pleading, or asking, of doing what linguists would call making a please request. When we ask somebody for something, we make ourselves vulnerable and we admit a weakness. And we're told that with the increasing speed of life, one of the things that comes hand in hand with the increase in the rise of digital technology and our ability to be contacted by anyone at any time is also, it comes hand in hand with a sort of a decreasing sense of empathy. When many people can make demands on you, you're less likely to want to give something to someone. So I did a piece called Please, which begins with an epigraph. A plea is the most profound expression of poverty, Teresa of Avila. Please try. Please reset your password. Please try again. Please agree to terms and conditions. Please check all that apply. Please turn off your pop-up blocker. Please proceed as before. Please be good. Please be calm. Please come in. Please breathe deeply. Please, your lordship. Please disinfect before using. Please come again. Please don't feed the exhibits. Please sack me. May I have your attention, please? Please do not start your own startup. Please ignore the Freudian slip. Please, may I see your passport? Papers, please. Silence, please. Please stand. Please be seated. Please place your flat right hand over the center of your chest and move it in a circle. Please apologize. Please enjoy. More, please. Yes, please. Say, please. Please stop talking. Please continue. Check, please. Please sign in. Please touch the art. You can't please everyone. You can't please anyone. You can't please yourself. Please save me. Please understand. Please, dear God, no. Please stop. Please write. Please don't die. Please don't go. Please click. Please like me. Please call me. Please confirm your details or submit any changes. Please welcome to the stage. Please wait. Please help me. Please don't make me. Please mind the gap. Please read. Please join us. Please contact me. Please consider. Please return your tray table to its upright and locked position. Please call again. The envelope, please. Please arrive on time for your appointment. Please fill in all the information. Please, sir. No needles in recycling, please. Use block capitals, please. Please return to. Please hold. Please follow us. Please donate. Please register. Please stay on the trail. Please provide. Please support. Please give generously. Please beware. Please disregard. Please curb the spitting. Please respect. Please note. A little privacy, please. Please opt in. Please check back. Please look after Mom. Can I see some ID, please? Please verify. Please advise me. Quiet, please. Please and thank you. Please accept my apologies. Please come back. Please don't leave. Please forgive me. Please let me. Please please me. Pretty please. Please, Mr. Postman. Move along, please. If you please. Please stop helping us. Please release me. Please don't jump. Please explain. Please don't sue. That'll be £5.50, please. Please leave me alone. Please stay. Can I start again, please? Please go now. Please come here. Please wipe your feet. Please come home. Please welcome. Please kill. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please why? Please think. Please let this be the last Fantastic Four movie. Please inform, please forward, please stay tuned. Please unfuck my account. Please answer, please wash your hands, please be, please proceed, please tell me, please find. What are these, please? Drumroll, please. Mummy, please. Please pass the salt. Please bear in mind. Please allow me to introduce myself. Please enter a valid email address. Please shut up. Please fuck me. Please with sugar. Please remember me. Please repeat. With the last one out, please turn out the light. Thank you.